Hello, good afternoon, welcome to Maths Live. I'm having to bring my laptop up because there's so many shout outs already that I can't remember them off the top of my head. So we've got Sam in Nottingham, we've got Chaos. Hello, welcome Chaos. We've got Heidi in Broughton, Ethan in Buckshaw, Harry in Nottingham, Hallie Beth, Io in Edinburgh, Freddie in Southmore, Gabby and Alice in Belbroughton, Seb, hi Seb. Hi Adriana, hi Josh. Okay, so your starter challenge before we do the lesson is revision from yesterday. So we're calculating the perimeter of this rectangle and this triangle. Give it a go, put your answers on the stream and I'll have a look. And I'll keep doing shout outs. Already got some answers. Hi Finlay in Buckshaw. Hi Catherine in Northampton. Hi Lucy in Nairn. Hi Rosa and Isabella in Swansea. Who is it that's already put their answer? Amazing. Hi Noah in Northern Ireland. Hi Namira. Hi Aidan and Owen in Haverhill. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds on that challenge. I've got one person who sent an answer in so far. Hi Jacob in Stockton. Hi Annabelle in Bloxham. Hi Keenan in Norwich. Oh, Lachlan and Harry have got some answers. Sam's got some answers. I think it was my little warning saying, quick, get your answers in. So I'm going to take the whole thing off today. I need lots of space. Well done on the challenge question yesterday, by the way. You all did really, really well. Because that was, I think, the challenge question was a lot harder than yesterday's actual lesson. Like I said, it was from a science paper, so you all did really good to give it a go. I think all of you got it right, which is amazing. So, perimeter. We want the perimeter of these 2D shapes. Because you were so good yesterday, I thought I'd have a decimal point in, just to make it a little bit trickier. So, 8.4. And then we know that this must be 8.4. We know that this must be 3.7. So we do 8.4 plus 8.4 plus 3.7 plus 3.7. Like I said yesterday, I know that you could do 2 lots of 8.4 and 2 lots of 3.7. So you do 8.4 times by 2 and then 3.7 times by 2 and then you add your answers. But I don't like teaching that when doing perimeter, because it can get confusing with area then. I always remember as perimeter is adding and area is multiplying. So let's add this up. So 2 7s are 14, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then we've got 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 24.2 centimetres. Let me just have a look on the feed. Yes, well done. And for this one, even though it's a triangle, you still add all the sides. Perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. It doesn't matter what shape it is. We're especially going to see that today. So that's 13, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 53 metres. Always be careful with your unit of measurement. So, today we're going to be learning about how to calculate the perimeter of compound shapes. So, I'm going to put compound shapes, but obviously we know we're doing perimeter. And the first question I asked this morning at 10 o'clock in the challenge questions was, what is a compound shape? And I'm going to tell you straight from the beginning. A compound shape is a shape made up of 2 simple shapes. So for example, it might be a square, and then it might be joined by a rectangle. That is a compound shape. Doesn't have to be squares and rectangles. It could be a triangle, then joined by another rectangle. Okay, so it's simple 2D shapes joined together. That's what a compound shape is. Why are we finding the perimeter? And we're going to be later on this week finding the area of compound shapes, because it is a life skill. Like I say, when I was talking about perimeter is the distance around the outside of the shape. And then a really good example I like to use is a fence or a wall. If you want a fence or a wall around a certain area, for example a garden or a field, you need to measure the distance around sides. And normally, gardens and fields aren't simply just a rectangle. You can get all sorts of bits that might just go a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Okay? So that's why we need to be able to know how to do compound shapes, because it's much more related to real life. Not everything in real life is shaped like a 2D shape, is it? So this is how we do it. So I'll give you a random compound shape. We'll start with 2 rectangles. Okay? Now, again, we already know perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. So this shape might be 5 metres by 3 metres. I'm going to say that's by 2 metres by 3 metres. I'm not doing this to scale, so if you say, Steph, that one's definitely longer than that one, don't worry, this is me just showing you an example, and I'm going to say that is 6 metres. So we've got all here, here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides to the shape. And what you need to do is add up all 6 sides. So I'm going to do 6, and this is a good way to do it. If it's quite easy numbers, so as you can see here, you don't need to do column method. You need to be able to do mental addition to go around. What I do is this, I cross out as I'm going along so I know that I've already added it, if that makes sense. So 6 and 5 is 11, and then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the perimeter is 20 metres. Why do I cross it off as I go along? Because sometimes there's a nice number bond that I can use. I might see, oh, there's 4 and 6, right, 10, easy. Let's try another one. Okay, so it might be that that's 3 metres, that's also 3 metres, that's 5 metres, that's 5 metres, and that's 1 metre. It's fine, so 3, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides to the shape. Check that, that's a good skill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 measurements. You'll see why I've said that in a bit. Right, let's add it up. So 3 and 5 is 8, another lot of 8 is 16, so that's 17 metres. Now then, if you're already in year 6, you know what I'm going to show you. If you're not in year 6, listen carefully, because this is the type of question you'll be given. So you'll be given a shape. Again, I'm going to go back to the one that I showed you before, because I think this is the clearest one to use. So you might be given this. Let's say this is 10 metres, then this is 4 metres, so that's up there, up to there, there, and there. I'm going to say this is 5 metres, there to there. And I'm going to say this is 2 metres. And I would like you to find, well, I'm modelling at the moment, the question would be, find the perimeter of this shape. So you'd be like, right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 measurements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Hang on. They've not given me all the sides. So if they've not given me all the sides, how do I find the perimeter of the shape? That's when you need to use clues given to you in the rest of the shape. So, I can spot that we have not been given this side. How can I find out how long this part is? So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this into a complete shape. Now, if I go all the way across here, I already know that this is 5 metres. So the total way across here is 5 metres. And this part here is 2 metres. So what do I do to 2 metres to complete it, to make it 5 metres? I add 3 metres. So that bit there, it'll be 2 and 3 makes the whole length across 5. So when you're looking for a measurement that's left to right across, look at the other measurements that are across. And then similarly, I can't say that word, when you're looking for a measurement that goes up and down, find the other measurements that are up and down. It's quite easy for sometimes to pick ones that don't relate, so 2 and 4 wouldn't relate to each other. So I know the whole thing up and down measures 10 metres. I know that this part here is 4, so what am I adding to 4 to make 10? That is 6. Okay? And now I can add all those numbers up together to find the perimeter. Sometimes when you're doing perimeter of compound shape like this, you think, oh, right, 3 and 6, done. No, you're not done because you still need to add it all up to find the perimeter. So, I'll show you with one more and then we'll go on to the 3 challenge questions. So you could get one like this. A big T, a big capital T. Okay? So it might be that this is 3 centimetres, 2 centimetres, 2 centimetres. This side might be 8 centimetres. This side might be 4 centimetres. And I need to find the perimeter of the shape. You think, right, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Which ones am I missing then? So, I'm missing one here. Well, if this is 8, this must be 8, so that's okay, I can add that in. I don't need to do any calculating. So I've got these. I'm missing one here. If this is 4, this is 4. That can happen. You can just spot equal sides. Now this one here, I've got to find the total length. So I'm just going to make it into a very faint rectangle. So all the way across, I'm looking for the other lengths that go across. So I've got 2 there, and then I've got this gap here, which is 3, and then I've got my other gap here, my other 2 here. So 2, and then 3 is 5, and then that's 7. So all the way across, that is 7, because it's 2, 3, 2, makes 7. And again, I would add those all up to find the perimeter. So, let me just have a look. What were our 2 challenge questions for today? So the first one, I asked you, what is a compound shape? And you've already done that for me. So the second question was this. So, if you've already done it, just double check your answer. Now you've got the time. So I would like the perimeter in centimetres. And question 2 was, and I'd like the perimeter of this shape, please. Give those a go. Oh, great. Well done, guys. Fantastic. Oh, I like that mathematical terms. Matching parallel lines. Parallel line buddies. Oh, that's really good. I like that. I'm going to steal that for my teaching. Find the parallel line, buddies. Oh, got some more shout out. Hi Ryan in Edinburgh. Thank you for joining in. Oh, we've already got answers coming in for the challenges. Hi Freya and Olivia in Malden. Hi Breege in London. Hi Oisin in Newcastle. Hi Freddie in Southmore. Hi Archer. Oh, lots of answers coming in. Right, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Hi Isaac in St Ives. Hi Jensen. Hi Isaac in Colchester. Okay, let's have a look. So the first one, I was quite nice because I gave you all the sides. So you needed careful adding when doing this. So I'm going to do 7 and 3 is 10. And then I've got another 10, which is 20. And then 4 and 4 is 8. That's 28. And then plus another 8. Got confused now. So 7 and 3, 20, 28. So that is 36. Okay, let me just see. 36. Have we got 36? Yes! Well done. Now, with this one, don't just add the sides that have been given. You need to spot that there's some missing sides. So you've got 5 across the top, and we're looking for our parallel line, buddies. I love that term. See, I've learned something today. That's really good. So 5 and 2, so that needs to be 3 centimetres. Now, here we've got a missing one here. The total top is 8. We've got 5, which means that also needs to be 3 centimetres. And then you add all those together. So 5 and 5 is 10. 3 and 2 is 5, so 15. And then 16, 17, 18. So that's 26. Okay, good, well done. Right, time for some challenge questions then. Amazing. I'm going to have to definitely think of a tricky one for you guys today because you're doing so well. So, question 1 and question 2. So I'm going to do so I'm going to say that's question 1, and then question 2 is going to be no, I'm not going to do that actually. Well, it's hard thinking off the top of my head. Right, I'm going to leave it at that, I think. Just having a look. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one at that. That'll do. have a go at that. Remember, this is upper key stage 2, so if you're not in upper key stage 2 and you're giving this a go, you are doing brilliantly. Well done, yay! Well done for you guys that got them right. Yeah, don't forget those units of measurements. Ah, yes, and it's spotting those missing lines. Hi, Lewis in Peterborough. Oh gosh, answers coming in already. Brilliant. So yeah, if you're in lower key stage 2, you're doing amazing by joining in with this. Really, really fab. Hi, Breege in London. Okay, right. You're all doing so well. So with this one, complex, this is a tricky compound shape because there's 3 compound shapes here. We've got a triangle at the end, we've got a rectangle, and then we've got another rectangle. So if this is 3, then this part here must be 3. Now, we don't know what this to this part is here. If this whole part across the top is 10, and this part here is 2, it's parallel lines, friend. That means it needs to be 8. And then we've got all of them. So we've got this side, this side, this side, this side, this side. Yay, we've done it. So 8 and 2 is 10. 8 and 2 is 10. So that's 20, 30, 36 centimetres. And then this one, if this is 10 up and down here, then this must be 10 metres. If that is 7, then this must be 7. And then we've got this missing, but we've got 2 parallel lines missing. 2, and normally you should only have 1. So you think, right, what do I do here? Right, well I know this is 12, so these must be equal. So I know what I do. I do 20, take away 12, which is 8. And then I must split it in half. So 2 lots of 8s, that's 4 and 4. Now just 4, 12 and 4 make 20? Yeah, it does. So that's 4 metres. And that's 4 metres. So I'll add all that together. So that's 20, 30, 40, 48, 49, 50, 60, 60, 74 metres. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yay! Well done! Like I say, this is more Year 6, definitely SATs. So if you're not in Year 6, then you've done amazing today. That's really, really good. I can't think I can challenge you more than that. That is as hard as it gets with compound perimeter, definitely. So well done. Now then, you've already graduated from perimeter this week, which is amazing. Well done. Tomorrow we're going to go on to area. So similar to Monday, we're going to go back to bit basics. Remember, what is area? How do you find the area? Different ways that an area can be shown in different shapes. And then we'll go on to compound area, which looks a bit like this. It's a little bit more complicated. So I love teaching area and perimeter. I hope you do too. It's nice to be able to do a bit of shape rather than calculating all the time, just simple sums, isn't it? Right, I'm going to put a challenge question up for you now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well done, everyone. Bye.